Hi, welcome to my channel. I am Dr. Renee Sunday. What we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk about 3 actionable lead generation steps that you can do for your business right now. Because a lot of things sometimes go on and we wonder, most people want to know, how can I have consistent client flow? How can I have consistent client flow? If that's not what your goal is, that's what I need to let you know as a business owner. That's what we need to actually have. Okay. So we're going to talk about that. And I am Dr. Renee Sunday. I'm the platform builder. And the reason I can talk about this, because I do have several businesses. My goal and mantra of my life is to help small business owners increase visibility so they can be seen, be heard, and guess what? Get paid. The ching, ching, okay? We do that mostly through podcasting, publishing, media exposure. But we have to have a great foundation when we do things, okay? A lot of times we need to be mindful of what our why is, why we doing a thing, what are we doing, and it's, guess what? You know I'm going to say it. Is it profitable? Are you making profit in the thing? I had to get past that myself, because I was self-sabotaging my own self. Okay. Y'all like my head? I'm a beans girl. But anyway, let's get to the information. Welcome, you guys over on Periscope. Good morning. Good morning. All right. So what we're going to talk about is, I have my notes because I don't want to get off track. You know how that goes. Okay. So you may see me put my head down a little bit, but the key is I want to just stay on track so I can actually give you the right information and the information that we want to share today. Okay, 3 actionable lead generation. Let's talk a little bit first. What is a lead generation? When you're out here prospecting and you want people to, let's just keep it real, you want people to buy your products and services, right? But you actually have to get a lead. And what a lead is, someone that's interested in the products and services that you have. Now, let me tell you about me, because my clients that I've had, my mission in life is to actually help people be seen, be heard, and get paid. So I have 3 paths that I actually allow people to come into my inner circle. So one is through podcasting, one is actually through publishing and media exposure. But a lot of people want just the foundations of what I have done in my business to make it successful. Well, they have to actually, you probably heard of this, build it and they'll come. Well, we found out that that's not, really true, right? We actually have to be able to advertise and market it. People actually need to like me as Renee Sunday, as a business owner. Y'all see, I'm a beans girl. Okay. But the thing about it is, you don't have to like everything that I like, but they have to resonate with what I am delivering. Am I actually saying truth? Am I actually saying things that can be repeated? Because a lot of people out here say a lot of things and they show how much money they've made, but they're only giving you fluff. They're only giving you surface stuff that you can't even apply to your own life. Even when you invest in them, guess what? You feel bad because you say, wait a minute, why I can't do this myself? Because a lot of times, a lot of the stuff is not repeatable. Okay. So when you actually want a lead generation, when you have a program or services or what we call a lead magnet, you need to be able to repeat that over and over and over again. Okay. That means that somebody else can get results, just not yourself. Okay. So number one, we need to do is, and of course it will be the things that I just spoke earlier, is one, are you on a podcast? Do you have your own podcast? And the reason I'm saying podcast, I think it's a powerful tool that you can share your message with the world. You can actually have your own guidelines. You can have your own standard of operations, right? You can actually share your platform with the world. If you have a movement, if you have a way of thinking, the great way of doing it is actually, guess what? Actually through podcasting, because you can actually have it host on many different platforms. Our cell phone that we have right here, you can actually, guess what? You can actually record on your telephone for your podcast. In my opinion, podcast is a tool that you can share your message with the world. So that is an actual, when you do a podcast, have your own, or if you actually being a podcast guest, you sharing your message with the world, right? And so what you're going to do is give them actionable information while you being interviewed, while you actually being the host, that they actually can apply to their life. When I go on my Dr. Renee Sunday podcast, which is just so happen is Monday and Thursday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, our mantra that I always say, my tagline is, we share information that we can bring awareness, that we can actually all make a better decision or make a wise decision, right? So that's what you need to do when you're on a podcast interview, or also if you have your own podcast, you need to be sharing, even if you're on a Facebook Live, whenever you're sharing information, you need to be able to share information that other people can actually get information from it. Yes, you have made success with it, but can it be repeated? And somebody need to say that. Can it be repeated? Because a lot of times people put up things, okay, but can it be repeated? Can it be repeated? Yes, right. That's very powerful. Yes, people on Periscope saying that. Yes, and a lot of times it can, but are you putting it in a way that somebody else can have success? It's a one thing that you can do it, but are you giving them the right information? Are you holding back information? Of course, we have already made our investment, but I always go with my spirit when I feel, that people are giving me fluff, meaning I don't buy any products from them anymore. So your first thing is you need to, if you have a desire to have a podcast, do that. It's a great lead generation for your products and services. Okay. And my business is almost 30 to 40% of the people that have listened to my podcast. Actually, guess what? They become clients. And also, if you're a podcast guest, you can actually increase your exposure as well. Now, the number two is you actually need to be able to, when we say publications, you need to write a book that's actually based on your business. You can take one aspect of your business. For example, I am a grief counselor, so I have actually written 2 grief books. Actually, one is a whole curriculum that I'm actually launching out, an online program, and actually a whole curriculum for Fortune 500 companies and actually other universities. Guess what? From one book, it has become a whole curriculum. Right. And also my children book series, Sam the Shark. You may have seen it flying around social media. This has become a whole curriculum of a charter school. Okay, so one book, and so many people that have written a book that has become a movie or a stage play. So you can do that as well. That's what I'm trying to say. You can do it from one idea. And also, I have also written books about entrepreneur mandate, which means you're mandated that you have a calling actually to be an entrepreneur. So we give you steps of how to do that with ease, all the way from the idea all the way to actually launching and getting consistent client flow. Now, if you want more information about that, let me see, put that down there. That's actually on my website, and that is at reneesunday.com. Let me just write that. I don't think I have that. That's it. Renee. Technology is amazing. Okay, that's at reneesunday.com. And if you want to actually have a strategy session, and I call them strategic sessions because we're going to get some stuff done. We actually have that information at the bottom of the first homepage on the website. Okay, now number three is media exposure. Now you have this podcast, or you want to be a podcast guest. You have this publication, your book, your ebook, your devotional. Well, we need to get out in the media. We need to be actually on television. We need to be in magazines. We need to actually be, as I said, number 1, 2, be on other podcasts, be on other radio shows. We don't want to be the best kept secret in the world. No, the reason that you're doing your products and service, let me just break it down. Your purpose is not for you. Yes, you're going to be matured. You're going to learn a lot of things, but it's actually to impact the world. Okay, so that's what we need to do, is the things, the dreams and goals you have inside is actually, guess what, for somebody else. Okay, so that's what we need to do. In regards, we need to be, and a lot of things is an investment. In this day and time, I wouldn't want to be on, being on other people's platforms, taking courses. Of course, it's going to be an investment that comes with the program. Okay, I forgot who made this quote, but they said that a lot of people, when you do something for free, they're not going to take it serious. They have to put an investment. And I think one of my coaches actually said, when you put your credit card in, that's the transformation, because you believe in what you're actually doing. I had to go through that myself. And I'm like, personal development is an everyday thing in my life. I'm not going to sit up here and sugarcoat, because, distractions will come. Right? Distractions came this morning when I pulled my hair down and it wasn't right. And I said, I'm still going to put my Mercedes-Benz hat on, okay? And I'm going to do it, because I have a calling to actually help people go from one stage to the next, to go to the next level. So go to the next level in your business. Go to the next level in your ministry. Go to the next level and do a podcast. Go to the next level and be in a magazine, be on the front cover. Go to the next level and actually, guess what? Do your devotional, do your ebook, make your sermon into a book. That's what we actually have to do. Now, if you're interested in actually doing your own podcast, I actually teach that. So let me put that information in, and then we're going to do a recap. I saw a couple of questions come in, and I'm going to actually address those. But you can actually go get your checklist at podcastwinning.com. And that's actually for you to actually start your own podcast. We actually also have information if you want to. Let me put that in there. You can go to our different links and check us out in regards of what you want to actually be a part of. It's a lot of links there in regards of getting your free opportunities for media exposure, also to listen to our podcast. But let me answer the questions. Okay. One question was, Dr. Sunday, what type of coaching that I do? Well, I actually, as I said earlier, most of my coaching is helping people launch their own podcast, but also how to be a featured guest on different podcasts. I actually book people on different podcasts. The other thing that I coach on is publishing, and that's more of a publishing house type of situation. Really, we don't work with people, erotica books. If it's a whole novel or autobiography, we tend not to do that. But I do have references that I can give you that actually will help you with that if you're interested in that. And also, a lot of people have been contacting me to do startups in regards of startup business. Of course, I made a lot of mistakes, and I make sure that you have the information so you won't make those mistakes. Okay. All right. And then the other thing is the coaching that I am a grief counselor. Let me see what else I do. Oh, I am an international speaker as well. And I do ministry counseling as well. Okay. So the other question is, Dr. Sunday, wait a minute, let me read it. Oh, okay. If you have a lot of things that you need to do, but you don't know where to start, well, of course, that is me as well. I think I get a new idea every minute. My team actually says that I have to expand my team. Actually, I need to do that right now. Exactly. Oh, Lord, it's so funny. But what I try to do is home in and strategize the whole setup of one thing, and then I usually get help from my team to actually execute it. I'm a great visionary, but you would not see me make a website. You won't. I can tickle with lead pages, but to make it all cute, I send it to the people. Graphics, I can do a little bit over there on Canva, but to make it to have that pop, I send it to a graphic designer. A book cover that's going to sell, a marketable book, I usually get someone to outsource that. So I'm an outsource queen, but I'm a great visionary to make it actually done, because you got to have the idea. You have to have the marketing and strategy, then move it forward to execution. Okay. Right. So it's not, you can't do anything with an idea. You got to move it on to the implementation stage. Okay. Just to review, I just wanted to come in and chat a little bit. We talked about the 3 actionable lead generations that you need to do for your business right now. You need you need to be on other podcasts, and we can help you learn how to be a featured guest and how to get booked on podcasts. Number 2, you need to actually, guess what? You need to publish a book, an ebook, a devotional. Turn your sermons that you've already done into a book, and we have programs and master classes for that. Okay, and then the number 3, you need to actually do your, come on, you need to make your, are you starting your podcast? You say you want to share your message. You have a unique message, so you need to start your own podcast. And you need to be on other platforms. You need to be in a magazine. You need to be on a magazine cover. You need to be on other podcasts. You need to be on other people's TV platform, any other speaking engagement. Because the whole goal is what? For you to be seen, be heard, and get paid. If you want to have a strategy session, like I said, go to reneesunday.com. We can hash out what's really going on, okay? And that's at the bottom of the top page. I just want you to know, guess what? You're not a mistake. The things that going on in your head right now, or somebody else have said, or you've said to yourself for many years, you're not a mistake. We all have to do three things. We have to believe, we have to trust, and we got to walk that thing out. We got to walk it out, okay? And I want you to don't stop. What? I want you to get it. And what are we getting? We're getting our purpose, and we're getting our purpose now. Okay, I am Dr. Renee Sunday, the platform builder, and I just want to let you know that I love you, and we'll be back. And thank you for liking and sharing this video and actually making comments on YouTube. I love you. We'll see you next time. Bye.